Monday, and you know what that means. It's Toy Chats with your boy, Dre the Geek Dad, and the two co-hostess with the mostest, King Bob and Smitty Rock. And today is a special episode of Toy Chats because this one we're gonna actually get Bob to really shine because Handmade by Robots is in the building, and I'm gonna tell you now. This is one of those shows that when you get the people that love the items, it's like this is their chance to
Yeah,
like you see like when we see Smitty just glow.
yeah.
It's like when
I didn't be
it's like we're
Smitty
gonna
this week.
see,
I didn't be the one pulling out stuff for reference.
and I love it. Hey, Tiny, how's it going?
What's
All
going
right,
on?
so I want you guys to tell us a little bit about you because I have seen your stuff. I think it looks awesome. The fact that I've gone to retail stores and have seen your stuff already, as well as in Big Bad Toy Store, which I think is really awesome. So please introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about yourselves, and then we'll get into some really delving more kind of
Ooh.
questions.
Okay. Well, I am Mary. This is Michael, also known as Ghoul.
That's me.
Michael is our social media and fan engagement manager. So he's handling almost all the social media. He's handling any shows we go to, some Comic-Cons coming up and that kind of thing. Just basically being my right-hand man. So he's here in Woodinville with me. He moved here from Florida to near Seattle. So good for him.
Nice.
I am the lead robot, I guess. That's my term. But this is a brand that I had come up with. I owned a consumer products company for 10 years. I came up with it in 2018. We were looking for something that would be collectible and repeatable and had a really cool styling. I'm a huge knitter, and I've knitted tons of little figures. So we came up with this concept. We started with Stay Puft and Slimer. And they're back behind me here if you need to take a look. And then we did Kirk and Spock, and then we did Big Daddy and Psycho Bandit. Those were our first 6. And then I had been in discussions with BDA, our parent company now, there we go, to work with our company, buy our company. And then the pandemic hit. So we did kind of a modified version where they bought a bunch of my trademarks. And BDA is a bigger company, and they had a little deeper pockets, so I was able to go out and get a Warner Brothers license and a Disney license, and I had a little more freedom to go. So we're definitely our own little division inside the company. So we still act, we're very small team, but it's nice to be powered by a little bit bigger company for sure.
That is awesome. I think that the fact that just hearing your story just sounds very like, I feel like any fan that has that dream, like you guys that realized your dream and your potential, and it just sounds awesome. Like I love this. This is like I love Ghoul doing the Vanna White behind you. It was just
Yes,
it was
good.
priceless as well.
Hi, Nadia. So yeah, it is. I mean, I love making cool shit. Let's just put it. I mean, that is what I want to do all day. I want to come up with really fun stuff, make it. We just have to make sure we sell it because I do have a fiscal responsibility to make a profit and be profitable and do it and grow the business. And one of the interesting thing is because of my previous company and my relationships, we got into Walmart right away with the Ghostface, Hannibal Lecter, and Leatherface. And we rode those 3 characters for like a year because we were in development with all the other. I was able to get those products going first. So it took like another 8 to 10 months before we got anything else in. And of course, with all the shipping delays and everything. So, those 3 figures really were our bread and butter for the first 8, 9 months here at BDA. And then our first decent sized shipment came in October of 2021. So that's really when you started to see the more characters and all the other licenses coming to fruition. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah. So, but no, like I said, I love making cool stuff. I love this technique. It's near and dear to my heart because I'm a knitter. It's just been really fun. It's and Ghoul. I found Ghoul on Instagram. He was stalking me at Emerald City Comic Con, the first con we went to, and he wanted one of the FYE silver Ghostface exclusives that wasn't available anymore. And so, I'm trying to set up the booth, and he's back, texting me from Florida, hey, we're going to get one. I'm like, dude, I'm busy, but anyway, so we had
I just
this.
came here to get it myself.
So yeah, it was just a natural progression of him. Like, hey, do you want to design some posts? Hey, do you want to promote this? Hey, do you go to Disney World and take some pictures? And he just, it was instantaneous that he just fits right into the team. Like when I first met him, we hired him and he worked for us for
What's up,
I don't know,
Brandy?
6 weeks, and then he drove here in a crappy budget truck, hauling a car with his girlfriend and 2 cats across the country, right? And he broke down everywhere. But the first day I saw him, it was like I'd already known him. I was like, hey, okay, great, let's hug it out. Let's keep going. So, and I'm actually just hired another person who will announce them in a week or two. She's finishing up her current job, but because we're such a small team, I'm doing all the invoicing. I'm doing all the notifying the warehouse when to ship stuff to retailers. So it's all falls on me, and it's, I make mistakes. When you're staying up all night until 7 a.m. to do some retailer invoicing, I might have keyed in a thing or two wrong. It's true. So we've actually are hiring somebody that you guys all know from this community who's fantastic. She has an accounting background and she's a passionate collector. So she'll take that. I liken it to, I just get an order and I just want to toss it over my head and then go get another one. I want to go create all these fun things and just have somebody come sweep up behind me my collateral damage. Yeah,
That's Bob.
That's what she's going to be doing. So we're building a really good team and we're having a lot of fun. And I think one of the biggest things for us has been to have that fan interaction. I mean, that's how I met Bob. That's how I met a lot of these folks, is just through Instagram and through doing these kinds of shows. It's great that people like our stuff. I mean, I when you're just talking to the Walmart buyer is a little different than when you're talking to the fans and they're passionate about the stuff and showing you what they got or asking questions. It just makes us feel so much more connected and gives us that more energy daily to keep going,
Oh, I definitely believe that. I think that this is the first time I can say that I've ever seen one of my friends, and a close friend at that, get so excited speaking to a like, yeah, sort of. When you see a person light up, and like on the show, if you guys have watched our like Wednesdays and seen how we've been, Bob will always just be like, man, it's just a great feeling. Like I get a letter that's personalized, like they're sending me this, they're sending me that. And he's just so passionate about it. And I think that that's something that just permeates what a true fan of your product is. And it goes beyond that level of fan to become friend, like where
exactly. I agree.
It's
I
rare.
consider Bob a friend. I would totally hang out with him. I'm sure we'll meet at some point, but and it makes me happy to write him little notes. It makes me, to go crazy with my stamp all over his stuff, because I know he'll appreciate it and it's just fun. So there's definitely this core group of customers and collectors and people on Instagram and that we've gotten to know really, really well. And, like I said, I hired him. I'm hiring another person from Instagram, and I think he can't even believe it. It's like, he's like, one day I was working at Target and the next I'm doing this. I still don't think he quite believes that he's here working for us.
And I think that's also cool too, like to actually become like you, Ghoul, that you've evolved past like, hey, I was the fan, that now I'm working with the people that helped supply that love for you. So that's definitely got to be like a positive, very uplifting feeling that your story is like, yeah, one day I did this to now I'm doing this.
Yeah, it's been really cool because like I've been collecting for like 12 years. I've had my own collecting groups. I actually, a lot of stuff I do here now is like stuff I've learned over the years in collecting, like designing stuff, social media obviously, but like doing stuff on the website. Like I've just all things I've picked up through collecting over the years that like it just gives me the perfect skill set to do what I do now. So it's crazy though. It's like a dream come true.
It's fun because I've watched him. He's such a fan, right? So we had a call with Elvira's agent the other day because we just picked up the Elvira license. And so, we're talking to him and talking about Cassandra and this and that. And I could just feel him bursting with this energy, but also trying to be all businessy too. Like, oh, we'll take care of that right away, and all that. But I also can just see him losing his mind a little bit because he's, is now on a personal level with these folks or these things he's a fan of.
Yeah.
We also had a call with, what was the comic shop we had the call with?
Oh, the Secret Stash?
We had a call with them early on with him, and he was nerding out.
Babble.
Pretty funny. He's like, was texting me, I'm dying right now. I'm dying. I can't believe that I'm talking to these people.
Mike Zapsik said that he loves me, so my life is pretty much complete.
Oh, that's amazing. Like when you get Ming Chen to love you and them, that's awesome.
It's high praise. I mean, those four are like the pillars of
Nerdism.
The comic book community and Flutter community. So when one of them says that, it's gospel. I mean, you gotta love them now.
Oh yeah, dude. I was pulling on my very obscure, little side jokes here and there from stuff in their kind of universe, and it was cool because I guess you can tell when someone's a fan when they pull out very obscure stuff that was an inside joke from 5 years ago or something like that. So it's cool to interact with the people who a year ago I would watch their show and be like, "I must be so cool. I want to go visit that shop one day." And then it's now I'm here and we're in meetings with them and stuff like that, talking like we're just friends.
The other thing that's cool with Ghoul is he's young. He's how old are you? 29.
29.
I'm almost 60, right? So I'm like, look, I'm going to die someday. I got to have somebody take over this business that's passionate about it. So I'm trying to, I want to have people that understand it from a fan perspective, from also a business perspective. And I think, Ghoul, you've been massively educated in the last, especially since he's been here, on how things work, because he sits in on my import meetings. He sits in on my licensor meetings. He's, it's just, it's a miracle anything gets made, really. I mean, with the issues we run into, or, and it's just, there's so many details that go into each. And he said it because I never thought about it. I never thought about how something's made. So I think it's really interesting. I hope as we share behind the scenes stuff that we're not ruining the magic for them. We're more, hey, this is how, that's why I like to show prototypes, or I like to show, 3D images, or, the sketches of things that are coming. Cause we are so excited about what's coming up. I want to make sure that we include you guys in all that stuff too.
I saw
that's definitely
good. that Scrappy Doo post the other day, and I'm just like,
I saw it and I instantly Bob's in trouble.
Right now there's a quell in the Handmade by Robots wave, but that quell is there's a Scooby-Doo tsunami that's going to hit the wallet pretty soon. And
you have no idea.
So I
don't want to have an idea.
Scoop. We're doing exclusive 2-pack with GameStop. What is it?
I don't even know anymore.
I'm so
there's so many characters.
It is
I don't know.
Ghost Diver, or Captain Cutler as he's called, and
was it
what was the other one? I can show you guys. You guys want me to show you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
We
Well,
love
please, everyone
previews.
talks amongst yourselves while I look.
I'm gonna hide my wallet and
Play some
change
elevator
my
music.
PayPal password.
Wait, you gotta play the Girl from Ipanema. That's what we gotta do.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I think of elevator music. Is always the Girl from Ipanema.
It is Captain Cutler and what was the other one? Space Kook.
Oof.
I think people have seen these, but those are the two that are the exclusive.
Yeah, I think we showed the render for Space.
I think we showed the render. Let me show you Captain Cutler. Oh yeah. Oh, and there's some glow happening on Captain Cutler.
Captain Cutler looks sick. I'm so excited for this one. This is he's probably my favorite villain. Just the way he looks, but
so
this figure's so sick.
This is here. I'll share this one. This is what he's gonna look like glowing. We'll see how that all works out. But let me.
That's what I'm gonna look like as soon as he launches.
I just want.
I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. Okay. That's not it.
Oh,
that
what's
ain't it.
here?
No, just the window. That one. Okay. So here's Mr. Glowy Captain Cutler.
All right, there we go.
Oh wow,
Nice.
that looks awesome.
Nice.
So the porthole will glow. The porthole, how the paint works is, in fact, I'm going to show you guys something that might be totally not interesting, but I'm going to open it anyway. This this is how the colors work.
You have to swap the window.
Oh shit! Hold please. Excuse my swearing.
Oh, please, no problem. That we cuss like pot. We cuss like.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. That's the shit.
Stop it.
Hey, little mama, you want to say hi? Here, this is my little daughter.
Oh,
Aurora.
there were kids watching. Jeez.
Oh yeah,
Oh no, she's fun.
Yeah, she's awesome. Look at that baby. You want to say hi?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What you do, Trey?
I didn't do
Take the ball?
nothing. No, I didn't do anything.
Man,
I think they
I know
might
we're
have.
boring, but are we that
No.
boring?
No, they didn't. I think they got
When
booted
the
off.
guest wants to leave?
When the guests leave, that's bad because it wasn't. I didn't even hit the button, but I do want to say hello to everybody in the chat while we're experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties. Geek Meets Eats, Judge Jack.
Oopsie doodle.
There they are.
See, I said it wasn't. Bob thought it was me. I was like, no, I swear I didn't do it.
No. It was all me. It was all me. Hold on.
I'm supposed to blame Trey though. It's fun.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna go with that. Where is it? There it is.
I'll
Okay.
have you guys been to a con since things coming out of the pandemic yet?
No, we've got 2 coming up. We've got, where is my mouse? We've got Emerald City Comic Con, which we do
What's up,
have an
Ghosty?
exclusive for, and then we have New York City Comic Con.
For now.
So yeah, and then we tried to get a couple. Things are so crazy right now. Everyone's going back to shows, so we'll probably do 4 or 5 at least the following year. So we're working through it. So this is just an interesting how the glow in the. You can kind of see this was a study we did for the actual Captain Cutler. So the color on the left is when it glows, and the color on the right is when it's not glowing.
That is very cool.
So we have to figure we give this to our art team, our illustrators, and when they come up with glow in the dark, they use this to kind of design it appropriately.
Very, very cool.
That's cool.
So there you go.
A
There's
lot of
your
this is
glow-in-the-dark
awesome.
education.
Oh no, this is cool. I like getting a little peek behind the curtain to kind of see how this actually works because there's always like you always think of like, well, Hasbro goes into these meetings, or Mattel and
Right.
and like all these other things, but you never get to like really know the details that they don't, because they don't really release it to the public to tell
Right.
you what they do. So it's always kind of cool to get to work with somebody such as your company and see like, hey, here, this is what we are working with, and like, look at the cool stuff we do. And
Yeah.
a lot of fans that are like in designer toys, like Evil Ghosty and several other people we have that join us, they look at and do something very similar to you, and they give us that peek behind the veil. So I very much appreciate that.
No, I find the whole process fascinating and maddening at times, of course. But we've made every mistake we can make. I mean, I've been doing this. I've been making products for like 25 years. So anything that can go wrong has gone wrong.
What's up, Dave?
So I know a lot of the pitfalls to avoid. But I can take you through, if you're interested, we can pick a figure and I can walk you through the original drawing, the 3D, the painted sample, how we developed the box. I mean, if that's something that interests you.
That would really, heck yeah. Like, okay, let's pick. I think we could all say we're all Batman fans.
Okay.
So could you walk us through that Batman, like how Batman came to be?
Batman's interesting because you might have the sample back there of the original Batman. Yeah, hand me that one. So as we talk about Batman, so look, and you see the difference between Bob's Batman and mine?
I love it.
What do you guys know?
The utility belt,
the utility
colors.
belt, the colors. It looks like he has
the bat.
You're missing the big thing. The
bat logo, the insignia.
And his face, and his smile. Well,
exactly. So so this is the original prototype. That it's just a 3D printed sample, but this was before we changed all those details. But DC was like, he looks a little sad. Can you just make him, normal angry Batman? And we're like, sure. So let me find.
I like sad Batman though.
Yeah, I kind of like a sad Batman.
I know. He is kind of sad, isn't he?
Yeah.
That would be.
Martha.
And then I can show you. So we're doing also, we'll show you, kind of walk you through Batman start to finish. And then I can show you some, which I'm so excited about. We have some new figures from the 1966 Batman TV show.
Oh, we got Smitty.
So I'd love to show you guys some of those. And but don't
Please
tell Warner
do
Brothers.
for him down here.
Don't tell Warner Brothers that I'm doing that. Let's find Batman here. Batman, where are you? Oh, you're really going to get a peek behind the curtain now. So here you go.
Oh, I love this.
So why is my mouse not working? I'm probably going to leave the studio again. And I'll be like, look at this. Leave studio. Let's see.
Yeah, Ghost. Yeah, Smitty does it almost every week. This is my week, all right? Let me have it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm letting you. This is why I'm happy.
What am I looking at? Okay. Oh, that's not what I want. Why does it keep doing that?
Just not looking. Yeah, window.
There we go. Okay. All right. So this is. So we have this giant folder for every licensor. So like this is drilled down: licensing, submittal images, Warner Brothers, DC Comics, full size Batman. So the first thing we do is we see the original renders. So this is the render. Hopefully you guys can see that. See, I don't think they can.
I see it.
Okay. I have it full screen though. So I'm gonna start this again. Hold on.
Oh, because it pops up in a new window.
Hold, please. Let me close some stuff first. Okay, play the elevator music for a minute.
Or do you guys have any questions you want to ask when we do this?
Sure, guys, in the chat, throw questions at us too, because we will gladly field them for you. So, Smitty, Bob, whatever questions you guys have, go right ahead.
I may get some technical questions as we go through like the process, especially as you get into the supply chain stuff, just out of curiosity.
Okay.
With my background.
Oh, I can talk supply chain all day. Smitty, you and I can have a 2-hour call on supply chain after this, and you can hear me.
Yeah, I mean, my background's customs trade and compliance. So, yeah, I mean, when you said supply chain delays, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I deal with every day, and all of the new, all the fun legislation coming out of Washington. That's all the stuff I do and handle for my company or the company I work for.
So it says,
about the Ghostface inflatable. I mean, you can put that in a box and just put my shipping label on it and send it over here.
So we're doing, it was funny. Ghoul came out to my house. We put some pictures up. He came out to my house Saturday with his girlfriend. I made him brush my horses. It's the first time he's been around horses. You should have seen him. Like he was delicately brushing the horse. I'm like, dude, you got to get in there and really, I don't want to hurt her.
I have cats. I don't know.
Anyway, so we set it up and took some photos and it is amazing. So we're doing, right now we've got the Ghostface Inflatable we're doing. And those will be available for sale. We're doing a Ghostface inflatable that's small that it's just a regular inflatable that you'd put in your house. It's like 18 inches tall.
Perfect.
But it'll look like they'll all look like the Handmade by Robots figures, right? We're doing a leather face. We're doing a Elvira, which will be fun. And then I'm reworking my Warner Brothers contract and my new NBC contract to also include outdoor inflatables and indoor inflatables that mimic our figures. I don't think we're going to do a big, huge amount of them, but I just think they're cool. And I know people like them. So we were like, okay.
Oh, people in the chat are getting very happy about hearing this. So this is good.
All right.
You
so
back here, for Ghostface.
So I'm showing this screen here. So, we all saw, let me see if this works now.
There we go.
So there's the original render, right? So so that, or the one we revised that didn't have the frowny face, sad man. And then we go to 3D sculpts. So we work with, it depends on who. Some of the factories have 3D people that are really good. So you can see how we lay the knit texture on. And this is where we really do a deep dive into the the 3D and make sure it still looks really well knitted and that there's not any weird bulges or anything. Not bulges, but like the knit stitches aren't skewed. Because the 3D designers, even though we've told them all about knitting and stuff, they're not knitters. So we have to make sure it looks good. So there's your 3D. And then we go to painted sample. So we actually get, it comes in a PowerPoint, but we just dump them all in here. So it's coming. So you can see here's, they show us the exact dims of, the bottom stamp, everything. And then they lay the PMS colors up next to the figures over here. So we can make sure, because sending samples back and forth these days, it's just too expensive, so even our licensors will let us approve via images as long as they're good images. And then we figure out the box design. So let's see. So this is how it is laid out. And this is what we proof it from.
Oh, that's awesome.
Then we make sure, because things get moving fast. It's like, are the serial numbers all right on each side? Is the legal correct?
The spinal spelled correct.
Are there any misspellings? So we go through this with a fine-tooth comb. And then we go to our PPS samples. That's not fun. We don't want to do that. Let's do.
Yeah.
Let me find you an actual. So we'll get every single view. Let's try this one. It's, in the packaging. Sometimes we have to adjust the blister height because, there's been a couple of figures that you couldn't see the top of their faces. So we had to bring the blister down some. But you can kind of see it gives us a view of everything. And then at this point, we do get the samples in the office because I have to have them photographed and everything. So that's kind of the, and then in between all the steps require licensor approval as well. So it ain't easy.
This is very cool.
So like a Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and Minnie were supposed to come in, speaking of supply chain, July of last year. They're still not here yet. I mean, a lot of that is, delays in shipping, but also because Disney changes something at the last second or, although like, Ghostface, I can turn around and have a new figure shipped in July if I really wanted to. So there's some licensors that are really easy to work with and some not so much. So
I guess I have a question.
Yes.
Because as a parent that has a child that loves Sesame Street, and I know that there's several people that love Sesame Street, would that be somebody like a license that you guys would consider getting? Because I know Funko had a license many years ago, and now those things are like through the roof. And as a parent that knows that my daughter loves Elmo, I would not want to even try to think about like spending that much. But I'd love to get something that looks like a knitted plush. That looks, and I was wondering, like, are you guys thinking about working with that license?
So we have the licensing show coming up, and this is the first time it's been actually held in person in the last 2.5 years. It's in May in Vegas, and I believe we have an appointment with them. So
nice,
cool.
We've got a lot of people that have reached out to us. So it's going to be a busy show, but that's one of the folks that we want to talk to. It's interesting. One of the cool things about social media too is, we get all the stats back on Instagram, what our age demographic is, how many male and female, what the split is. One of the really cool things is our demo is split 50-50 between male and female, which is awesome. That gives us it's fantastic for the brand. And then our age demo is like 25 to 44, as far as the bulk of the people on Instagram following us. I'm like, hey, you're following an old lady, but hey, good for you. But yeah, so that, that translates into some of our licensing decisions too. Is Sesame Street fit that demographic? Well, age-wise, no, but I know that a lot of those people are parents. So, and they're super cute. So and it has to be something we're passionate about and know a lot about. I love Sesame Street. Do I know a ton about it? No. But does someone on my team? Maybe. So all of those are, because we want to always have those Easter eggs and those knowledge of the brand that we're making, so that we can connect with the fans in the best way possible. So there's something like anime. I'm not a big fan of anime. I don't know the first thing about it. So I feel like us going out and getting anime licenses, would they sell? Yeah, but would they be super authentic? Do I know the brand in and out? Does Google know the brand? I don't know. There were only so many, just a few people trying to make the best things that we can, the most authentic things that we can, and give the fans the best experience we can. And if we're fans of it, we're going to do a much better job. And I think that's one of the reasons the knit figures, have done well, is because I'm a knitting maniac, so I make sure everything looks good. And, I've had to knit tons of samples for the factory and, all those good things.
Anime is also, I'll say this as like kind of the resident anime fan. I think Smitty would be like very close second, but anime very much is niche and is very niche in what it is. And when you look at overseas, like plushies are very huge, but even still, the demo for like those are like claw machines, like those are like what they call UFO catchers, and it like the design you guys do is very similar to chibi and like kawaii.
Yep.
So it's like if it sits in that niche, I think it could do well. But then again, it's like,
but it depends on which ones.
Yeah, what license do you go for? Like, who do you get? Demon Slayer, like Kimetsu no Yaiba? Do you go for like My Hero Academia, which are like two of the most popular, or do you go for like some of the more obscure ones? I could see navigating those waters being slightly difficult.
So we have talked to My Hero Academia and a couple of those others you mentioned. We've actually done renders. And that's part of the problem with anime too. The approval stuff is so slow that it's another thing. It's if I have no patience.
Yeah, but all right. So like Sesame Street, does that include Muppets? Because if you did the Muppets in with that then you're back into your demographic.
Oh, you're 100% into that demographic.
Yeah.
Muppets would be awesome. I'm not even gonna lie.
Kermit and Miss Piggy.
And they look so knitted because we do all that hair and all sorts. I mean, they would look adorable.
Yep.
My wife just said animal. She screamed from the living room, animal!
Oh, God, yeah.
We will, like Will said, we'll post from the show. We'll definitely do some posts from the licensing show, give you guys a little behind the scenes there. But yeah, our next big license pickup. Well, we have the Princess Bride, so that got delayed a couple months. Now it's back on track. You guys want to see Fezzik? You want to see a couple of those?
Yeah. I mean, come on, it's Andre the Giant. I'm a wrestling nerd. I love this.
Let me see.
If you guys do make an Elmo, I'm gonna tell you now. Just put it in a box, send it to me, because my daughter will go nuts for Elmo.
So here's Fezzik, and I'm thinking people have asked us all the time, will you make bigger figures? And only if it applies to the figure. So this bad boy, we're going to make as big as possible to fit in our standard box and see if it feels right. We might go a little bit bigger box with this guy. Let me share my screen.
And that's cool because Princess Bride just got their McFarlane release through their toys, and those looked awesome.
Okay. So there's
Fezzik. My God,
that
looks awesome. He looks so cool.
He does. Like,
I love that face. It's
I mean, if Andre had buttons for eyes, that would be Andre.
Yeah, he looks really good.
That is very awesome. Like, wow.
Let me see if there's one other. Let me see if there's another one.
Actually, we have a fan in the chat here, Christina Payne, saying that she would like to see a Cinderella and a Yoda.
Well, we don't have. So Disney that's another thing I'm talking to them at the licensing show, is we need a contract renewal anyway. So, but we have to get another contract with Lucas and another then we'd have to go get a contract with Marvel. And those MGs are so huge, you guys. I mean, I gotta be a little more. I gotta have some more retail out. I just have to do more due diligence before they go, yeah, Mary, go ahead and sign a contract with a $300,000 guarantee. Go for it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Instead of, Mary, here's the door. Do you want to see the Zini, Princess
Of
Buttercup,
course.
Inigo, or Dread
Oh,
Dread
There you
Pirate?
go.
Okay.
Inigo, man, we got to see Mr. Montoya.
He looks pretty good. He does. Wait till you see his chest hair. This kills me. Okay,
Oh God, yes, please, please, I love it. I love it.
all right, here you go.
Oh, and I will tell you this: if you get a Stitch license, also throw that in the box because my wife loves Stitch.
Obviously, you don't pay attention to anything I post.
I
have-
see.
we have
It's on my shelf.
Oh my goodness, did I need to? We're gonna have to talk after the show. Oh my God, I love his chest hair.
That is, oh my God.
This little figure looks so cool. I love it. I love that smirk and the mustache.
I love it too. I think it's really cool.
Wow, and even got down to the sword there too. So you have like the actual grip and the. Oh man, it looks dope.
See all these colors on the left-hand side?
Yes.
I can tell you right now, I'm going to have to lose at least 3 or 4 colors because the artist used way too many browns, and we got to really simplify this up quite a bit to make it cost effective to actually make. Because one of our artists, we have Justin Elgrove, who we've posted about. He's an amazing artist, amazing illustrator, painter. And then we just picked up another illustrator who's also incredibly talented, very experienced industry artist. But we're having to rein him a little bit. Like, we got a quote back on one of the new Killer Clowns ones, and it had 55 spray masks, which was obscene. So I was like, Bill, man. He's like, oh, well, I'm trying to keep to the flavor of the character. I go, yeah, but Bill, we actually got to be able to afford to make these things, man. And then I'm going to pay you extra to redo it 8 times. So we got to be a happy medium. So yeah. So for this one, we'll have to remove some colors. But he's looking pretty good.
But I mean, even still, just the detail is
spot on.
Is one that I love about.
So I love like his little smirk. That little line, a smirk line, will be in the mold. So just to give that little extra detail, just that little shading.
I love the attention to the detail. Like I said, like you could see the sword, you see the smirk, just everything. Like I picture the character, you killed my father, prepare to die.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I instantly so I guess another production question would be, so I'm assuming when you have to look at these different color like swatches that are on the that side, how many to make it cost effective for you guys to produce it, to keep the cost of to keep the bottom line cost for the fan down, like how much is the average colors that you guys put into an actual figure?
6 to 8 is where I like to live, that I know that I'm not going to die of a heart attack when I get the pricing back. But there's other factors involved too, because like if you go look at our Jack Skellington, what is he, 2 colors, but all the stripes were hand painted. So, and not just a paint mask where they, put almost looks like this factory stencil, and then they, it's actually somebody holding the figure and painting with a paintbrush every single stripe. So there's 2 factors there. So it's where the color is placed, like if it's a really intricate placement, or if it's just a whole bunch of colors. So the 2 combined are, that's kind of determines. I've just thought of something else I can show you guys. If you're interested.
Yes.
Because it just got approved today, so I can show you. It is
Hey Umpty.
The most amazing figure from Dr. Sleep, which was the sequel to The Shining, but all the characters.
Yes.
So it is, let me find him. Hold on, let me stop showing. So this will be
the coolest thing we ever make.
Well,
oh, technical difficulties. I'll be right back. I'm
probably do it again.
Yeah, I gotta admit, man, there's some awesome looking stuff,
dude. Seeing the Inigo gives me hope that there could someday be a Jack Sparrow coming out.
Dude, you gotta.
If she does renew
I
Disney.
can see it.
If she does renew Disney.
operating
yeah.
computer apparently. So let me
Oh
try.
no, we were just saying that, and Bob is loving it because he's saying that there's hope that you guys get that when you get that license back with Disney, re-up it, that a Jack Sparrow is in his future. Bob.
I'm just
Bob,
saying.
Bob, she said, which might mean that we might be seeing something.
Let me find
This young lad right here.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah. Let me show. Which one of these do you want to show? That
Second from the bottom.
that one.
No, Bob, look, go like this. Just separate the figures a
hold
little
on.
bit.
I can still see.
I'm preparing.
I'm just pretending
We're
I'm
carrying
not
the
watching
menu
the
right
screen
now.
right now.
And then let's go find this one, right?
Yeah, with me, Jack Sparrow
I
is
don't want to talk about that box yet, though.
one of my favorite Disney characters outside of the little niche characters, Figment and Orangebird.
All right, here we go, people. First, I'm going to show you something from the 1966 Batman TV show. And hopefully
Please.
I won't just leave. Hold on.
If it's Eartha Kitt, that would be awesome.
Let me see if I can
nervous over there. I see it.
share.
If it isn't Eartha Kitt, that's like me and Smitty right there. Put Eartha Kitt out. Ooh wee.
Oh, I was partial to both Catwomen.
Oh,
There it is.
that looks dope.
Look at her little kitty, her little paws. Meow.
I love it
those
with
are awesome.
the rawr.
So there's two things here that I pointed out to Bill, my artist who likes to use 7,000 colors, but he did a great job. See, he's only used 6 here. Good man. But you see this split like in the hairline on the side where her face shows through?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to have it so her hair does not. That covers all that because that's an extra spray mask and that's an extra area to screw up, you know? So we're going to, and it's really not adding anything to the character. So, but yeah, I think she looks brilliant. And then the next one is Jack Torrance. Now this one will retail at $20 because it's very special. But it is Frozen Jack.
That is awesome.
Oh,
that is.
Where's my
Yes,
wow.
That is awesome.
So it will be translucent. The whole figure will be translucent and then painted over the top. So you can see like this is a translucent figure with paint.
Yeah.
And so his
Nice.
where you don't see his face will be translucent, then everything else will be painted over the top. But you can see he's got some snow on him, and
man.
Yeah.
So that basically provokes the question to me to ask you guys: if you guys did a Game of Thrones license, the Frost King, the Night King would be. You could definitely.
We have
put
Game
him
of
out.
Thrones. We just haven't done anything with it yet.
Oh,
There's only
you go,
so many
Greg.
hours in the day, people. There's only so
no,
many
no.
hours.
All I'm
and
saying
and
is
I'm
that you
sure
got
you
the
guys are swamped with suggestions.
That Jack is oof,
Yeah,
that
well, just
looks-
wait till you see it with that translucent treatment. I think it's going to be really cool.
Oh, it's gonna be definitely awesome. I love it.
And
Here's Johnny.
I have to I love the fact that you guys are hitting all the classic horror stuff. I mean, I'm not a big horror fan, but being out of the Funko community originally, I mean, I know so many people that are just huge horror fans, and the spin you put on that and make just these classic horror guys cute.
They're creepy cute. We like to call
Yeah.
them creepy cute.
Yeah, I mean it's great.
Should we show them one from Texas Chainsaw?
What do you want?
I'm asking Michael if we should show. We did from Texas Chainsaw. We did two new characters. I think we should show them, Grandpa.
Oh yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Bob's like,
Yeah, that's a good choice. I feel the other one.
Just the way he said, "Oh yeah."
yeah.
All right. There's a 50-50 chance I'll cut you guys. I'll hang up again. So this is it's like Russian roulette here. Will she show something on screen or will she leave the chat? I don't know. Where is he?
But
oh my God. Grandpa Sawyer. I don't know if you guys can take it. So bad. It's so wrong, and I love it so much.
Oh, this is
That makes it
such
even
a
better.
Okay,
great
you guys, I want you all to cover your eyes.
All right.
Cover your eyes. Okay, hold on. I'll tell you when it's ready. Hold on. Don't look. Don't
leave.
Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. Not yet. Don't look. Don't look. Okay, hold on. Don't look. Don't look, cheaters. Okay, now you can look.
Oh wow! Just before I show it to everybody, that is wow.
You're so creepy looking.
It is, but
It
seeing
works,
this
though.
also brings to mind that with this look, you can also go and do some Rocky Horror ones. That could be just like riffraff, especially with the with the hair in the back.
Yeah, this is
Printing shop from online.
So now that I'm back in the office, I call my office the Mary store, because people I have never met in the company. Oh, hey, do you have a Pumbaa and Timon? I can. Hey, hi, my name's Bob. Can I have this? Or I'm Jason. So literally, while we're here, people are knocking on the window and sending me Teams messages. Hey, do you have a Pumbaa and Timon? Hey, do you have this? I'm like, I'm going to set up a cash register in here. So it's crazy, but yeah. We're also doing some sports figures. So we're doing the company I work for is one of the biggest supplier of in-stadium giveaways. So our first one is the Washington Nationals Screech character, and it will be given away Kids Day. What is Kim? I can't see what King Bob's doing. But yeah,
I'm a Braves fan, so the Nationals is kind of a sore subject with me.
Noted. Okay, we won't talk about that. But yeah, so we're seeing a lot of growth. So I have a question for you guys. So we're so immersed in our little world, and we know the figures are doing great. We know that people are liking them. We're getting more traction on social media. What's your take on them? What do you see happening in the collector community with our stuff? Because I've got such blinders on that I don't know really what's happening or what people are thinking, or
I can tell you just from what I've seen, and I'm like, everybody tells me that, like, with these two guys here, that I'm the guy that pays attention to a lot more of that stuff, because I try to like watch a lot of YouTubers and see where they shop at. But just from like watching like Cincy Nerd's video, like that's like, I saw him, and I think it was Greg Cook. I was watching the two of them do their toy hunts, and they were walking by the NECA Funko section within a Walmart, and Mary, that's where I saw they pointed it out. They're like, hey, look, check this out. And they picked it up and they were looking at it. And to me, that is great. That's like the best product placement ever, because when you have a YouTuber that's got a very large following and they're picking it up and they're showing it, one, for me, knowing that we were going to have you on the show was awesome. Two, it's like, as a follower of those guys, it's like, wow, I'm seeing traction. And then myself going to Walmart and my kids and I seeing it there makes it even more, it hammers it home.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing that there's a lot more traction amongst some of the bigger YouTubers, even though that may not be what they collect, they still talk about it.
Yeah.
So I thought that looked awesome. Just for me, before having you guys on, was like, I was already seeing it in the store myself, as well as seeing them see it in the stores.
So it's interesting. So like I said, we kind of did it backwards. We were in Walmart first with those three characters. And I know a lot of people, bought them. Obviously, they sold really well. And then we started coming out with more. And then I think that tipping point was, like Brandy or someone like John, or, those guys kind of like, hey, would you be on our show? Hey, and I remember when Brandy first asked, I was like, you want us on your show? I don't get it, but okay. I was like, why would someone want to talk? Okay, but I get it now. Oh, and I might have a stalker now. So I would like to announce to my stalker, who left me a nice note in my mailbox, like actually left it, that my dog will eat you alive if you try to come in the house. So, but yes, a very nice note about Handmade by Robots, and you guys are making great stuff. I'm like, oh, that's great. How did he get my address, and why did he just put it in my mailbox? So, so whoever my stalker is, God bless you, but don't come back. But
yes, please don't.
So what we're seeing, it's that's one of the things that's been really nice, talking to the fans, like you guys. I just get a better read on what we need to do, or we're trying to steer this crazy ship as we go, you know, and we're trying to be really authentic and listen to all the fans and not make too many. We're going to make missteps, but we're trying not to do too many. You know, we're trying to course correct as quickly as we can on anything that gets out of hand.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of it just going to like Target or Walmart, the big box stores.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see a wall of just Funko, it's like you almost just bypass it now because it's like my eye to it just like I got like we met all three of us had met that way.
Yeah.
We started in Funko, so like I bypass it. And I went down the Funko rabbit hole of like Dorbs and the T-shirts, and then like Funko Minis, the keychains. We all did that. I think that the fact are so awesome and different in that regard of like it looks, it's authentic. I don't want to say it looks, it is authentic. You know, there's a lot of fan driven, like you said, you're passionate, and I feel that versus going to like the corporate monster that is Funko. You know, like that we have a license and we just throw everything out there, and there's so much that people don't even care about anymore. Like anybody that gets them, they're like, oh, okay, they're there.
Yeah.
But you guys, it's like it's the fans that were Funko fans that see your product. They're like, wait a second, like you're like that competitor now to them. Like you're different, you're better, and we see it.
That's much appreciated. It really is.
I've seen you guys take off, especially over the last year and a half. Just the different lines, but also just who's just the different Instagram posts and stuff. But the one thing that right now you guys are doing really well is you still have that smaller company feel, and the interaction, like coming on with us, coming on with Brandy, interacting with the people that are fans. How do I want to say it connects you with them, and it makes as a collector. I mean, these guys have heard me say it. The appreciation I get from like one of the custom toy artists in their appreciation that I'm willing to spend my money on their product and something they do. It reinforces that whole, this is part of why I'm collecting this line. So that interaction that you guys are doing is helping, it just reinforces your fan base.
And we love doing it. I can't imagine, and that's something we've got to be really careful about, as we continue to grow and get more licenses and make more products and I add to the team. I always want to, this is the fun part for me. The sending invoices to Walmart is not the fun part for me. I want to it's like I said, I want to just make cool shit and talk to you guys all day. If we can keep that going, let's keep it going. And David, yes, you can be my bodyguard and I have a place for you to sleep, but you will probably need to help me with the horses. And I did a whole series of photos for Dave the other day. I took Micro Batman out to the barn and took some photos for him because I love the adventures of Micro Batman. It cracks me up.
Yeah. But
I mean that's awesome. Go ahead, Bob.
With me, what I've seen, and obviously I was, when we booked you, you guys were still, getting the footing and everything like that. But it's been, I think probably at least a month and a half, 2 months since we booked you, and you guys are now, Entertainment Earth. A lot of the smaller collectible markets are picking up like Spastic and stuff like that. But what I'm seeing on my feed on Instagram 2 months ago was like Brandy and John and myself and a couple of people. That groundswell was swarming. Now you're getting, the higher, I won't say higher level, but just YouTube, people with a bigger following on Instagram posting about you guys and stuff like that. And that's the awesome part, is seeing that growth in a short period of time, versus, next year things will be a whole lot different, a lot bigger, a lot better. And
we're trying,
and that's, the cool thing is you guys helped drive that. It was just, not many people, like I said, the brand sold well and it was in major retailers. So that let us keep going. But it's just that you guys being true fans and loving collecting. That's really what's helped us grow, grow our fan base. And therefore for example, we have, we don't have that many followers on Instagram. We're getting more and more every day, and they're very engaged, which I love. We're getting a lot of comments. I love it. But the president of the NFL Players Association, Steve, he saw us on Instagram somehow, or his daughter did. I can't remember how, but he contacted his lead guy for licensing and said, hey, reach out to these guys. I love what they're doing. Same thing happened last week with Major League Baseball. They reached out and said, we love what you're doing. Can we talk about and they saw us because of Instagram. So just because of what you guys, and the sharing and the fact that we're authentic on there, I like to think we are, is creating business opportunities for us that'll just help us drive the brand further and further. Another example, Monkey Distribution, which is the Middle East and Africa exclusive distributor for Funko. And they do 12 different countries. They reached out to us, saw us on Instagram, and we put a deal together for them. And that's huge numbers. And that just, again, allows us to keep the coffers full and to keep plowing ahead and making cool stuff.
I have a question. Awesome. I have a question for you. And this is more of dealing, you say you deal with sports. The three of us are diehard wrestling fans.
Okay.
I'm curious if you don't want to go to the big, what people perceive to be the big monster of wrestling in WWE. Have you guys looked to Florida and looked at AEW? Because
I've had
a lot of those guys
recommendations to do that. And
please, if you want to send me to meet Tony Khan, I will gladly go in your stead and speak to him personally.
So
because I'm a huge wrestling fan.
Talk to them at the show. I already last year during the virtual licensing show, we did talk to WWE. But yeah, we have AEW on our list for the licensing show this year. So
cool.
And it's
guys
so
like Kenny Omega,
I can't just, you can't make everything. So that's hard, because I want to make a lot of stuff, but we have to be really targeted on what we do. And, I just had one artist until like 2 months ago. I mean, the poor guy couldn't go on vacation. He went on vacation during Chinese New Year so that he could keep drawing stuff for us, So now that we have another person, we're trying to create product, the line drawings for the next 12 months so we can keep ahead of the game. But yeah, I think that the wrestling is really fun. I think that'd be a really great way to go.
Well, especially that like AEW themselves, a lot of these guys are toy collectors. And the huge thing about them is that a lot of them it's like when you look at Funko only released 4 of the wrestlers, and then they just dropped the license, and they're now huge with their toy line. But through Jack Specific, and I just bought a few of them today, and I love them. And I'm wondering, are you if you guys did go that route, that you would get a groundswell from them to talk about it? And I know Ethan Page, who is a huge guy in YouTube, and would he has little kids just like myself, that would love to have a figure of their dad.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega, another avid person in the collecting community, would love to have a version of this.
But that's just me.
But
I love that idea. And and that helps us too, because if they share the product, that instantly gets us, it's just this really interesting organic growth and how it happens. But that's all part of it too. I love the idea of doing those. And then I, of course, have to think it through from a sales perspective. Okay, what one of my retailers would buy it? We're getting a great sell-through on the nice thing about the hmbr.fan site, it's kind of twofold. I'm able to offer stuff early. The fans can go and see all the products and look at them with the correct photography, because sometimes the websites don't put the right photography up, or our partners. And also it's for potential licensors to go look at the line. If I talk to AEW, go, hey, go look at hmbr.fans, they're going to get a really good idea of what the brand's about. But so that was our original thought on the site. But now, sales are really starting to pick up. it allows us to do things that we like. I've always said that my dream one is $6 million man, so I want to go out and get that license. Do I have a business case to get that license right now? No. But if I can build up the business on the HMBR.fan site, I could go out, do that exclusive for the site, and make all my dreams come true.
All right.
So basically,
If you're going after $6 million man, you have to go after Battlestar Galactica.
I was just about to say that.
In my NBC deal that's coming up.
Literally, I was about to say that. Yeah, you got to go for so to me, that'd be like seeing a Buck Rogers. I mean, I grew up in a little bit after that time, but I still grew up with those shows on television. Battlestar Galactica being one of those, as I'm a huge fan of it. And Doctor Who would be another one as a huge Whovian.
So I'm going to ask you two, and maybe King Bob, if you're also about it, send me a DM of what characters we should do from Battlestar Galactica.
I guess that's easy.
Apollo, Adama,
Cylon,
Starbuck, Cylon,
and you need seven.
Well, you got it. I won't remember any of that.
We'll send you a list.
Seven's out of the new.
Let me tell you.
I want like a newer classic. One. Classic. I want an Adama, and I want a classic Cylon.
Yeah.
So NBC, I'm going to tell you what we have coming with NBC Universal. Although they are the slowest people on the planet.
I know what I'm excited for.
Let me find it here. Hold on.
And would that get you in their parks as well? Because that would put you internationally if you did, because you'd be getting inside of Universal Tokyo and the Universal on both coasts.
Selling to the park stuff is a giant pain in the arse. So it's not something I'm actively looking to do. If you want, don't even get me started on that. That's like me talking to Smitty about logistics. So here's the ones that we got. And some of them, they just packaged together, but some of them were super. Jurassic Park.
Oh.
Jaws.
Nice.
E.T.
Oh, E.T. Oh my goodness.
Here's one for Brandy. Back to the Future.
You got Brandy and Bob with that one.
Bob just
So Halloween 2 and 3. Of course, we're gonna grab Michael Myers from Halloween 2. You never know. I might do some weird leprechaun shit from Halloween 3. The Big Lebowski.
Oh,
nice.
Child's Play 2 and 3. So Chucky. Now, is Tiffany in either Child's Play 2 or 3? Because
she's in 3.
Okay, good. Then I can do her. Okay, good. Universal Monsters, which I'm totally stoked about.
Yes.
Oh, the classics. Yeah,
That's top of my list.
The Office.
I like The Office. Definitely, it's a
Parks
good
and
show.
Rec.
Oh yes, Parks and Rec was a good show.
And Battlestar Galactica.
Starbuck, classic Starbuck.
See,
I also have. Here's the other ones I have that I didn't.
That's what I want. The classic, the old.
Yes,
the classic ones.
Oh, by the way, I also want to do Bionic Bigfoot from $6 Million Man.
Yes. WWE just released, and it was like it's a Target exclusive of the figure, the elite figure, and I just saw that because Cincy Nerd posted it on his Instagram about was it last week? He found it, and I can't find it anywhere. I was like, I want that figure because it looks absolutely awesome.
So yeah, that's what we have cooking with them. But like I said, they're slow, so I'm working on it. They're slow.
Aren't we all sometimes?
So how licensing works? So you first do a deal memo. So you have to pencil in what your sales are going to be. And they have different properties, usually like tier 1, tier 2. Some will have different royalty rates. What territories you want. And then you not only have to forecast for each country, right? So it's like in Dubai, in Spain, I will do blah, 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 all that. You have to get it down. Not that you're ever accurate, right? But, and then you go to contract. And the contract, usually they'll let you, once you have a deal memo in place and you agree, then it goes to the contract phase. But usually most folks will let you get into their assets at that point because they know the development timeline so long. And also the royalty takes the contract takes 3 or 4 months to get through contracts. They're just so backed up. So that's part of the fun backside of it that is no fun, but is necessary.
Now, have you guys thought about hitting like any of the other East Coast cons besides like SDCC, NYCC? Have you guys thought about hitting like MegaCon in Florida?
We applied to
Yeah.
MegaCon, but they were full. So
Raleigh
They don't even know
SuperCon's
if they
in my
were full.
backyard.
They're so behind that nobody even knows if they're getting in yet. Like they're supposed to give refunds to their rejected people days ago, and they haven't even announced who's actually gotten in yet. And they're expecting everyone to like within a month figure out a whole con. So we're skipping them this year. We have those two guaranteed. I've been looking into some other ones. Everything's pretty full right now because I just got on a little bit ago,
we're just gonna start booking out everything through next year. And
but if anything, I mean, I'll probably be at a lot of like more of the West Coast shows, just kind of hanging out, and we can maybe figure out something down the road.
All right. I'm going to tell you this, and this year, you guys, you've said you've got ECCC and you've got New York. Don't forget your East Coast fans, because I mean, especially with Funko being close to you guys, everything is West Coast with them.
Yeah, I'm from Massachusetts, so I feel that completely.
So I mean, we just have to decide on the schedule for next year. And Ghoul's young; he can travel.
Hey, listen, Ghoul, you want to come down this way to North Carolina? Bob's only 3 hours south.
That's where my dad lives now.
I'm saying you want to come here. You got 2 extra set of hands that'll come and work with you.
Hey, that's good to know.
Hey,
just let you know, we will help you out.
It's early enough. If you get me vendor passes, I'm willing to work or help you work a booth at NYCC.
But for you to do that, you're going to have to be willing to send
I have no problem doing that. I mean,
you go around, just find people in those areas that like want to just coming out at the booth and help out and stuff like that.
I mean, dude, there's a lot of you guys have a lot of a fan. Just so you know, both of you, Mary and Ghoul, you guys have, in the 3 of us, you have 3 different states that do get very large conventions that come through. Like GalaxyCon is part of the MegaCon family. So I know they're in my backyard, and I haven't gone because of obviously the pandemic and everything else. But that's like one of the shows that my wife and I went, and we loved it. So, I would love to go back that way.
Yeah, I have a giant list of like things we're looking into. It's just, like I said, a lot of it was full this year because they kind of rebook, from their previous year. They let you kind of sign up early and then add people on. So I mean, next year is going to be our a bigger year for cons, but
I agree.
Year, I mean, I've been looking into it. I have a giant master list of every con in the U.S. that I'm kind of going.
And we would love to have people help. I know Brandy is volunteered. In fact, she's going to walk around. What is it called? Right? Motor City, and then kind of engage with some fans that way because we don't have a booth there. But I would love to work with you guys in your regional markets.
I mean, I told Evil Ghosty I would work his booth, but I mean, if you guys need the help, I'll volunteer to help you guys.
I'll send you a box, Smitty.
See, he's already ready. Like just NYCC exclusive. Just make sure you put one of everyone for Bob in a box already, and just he'll PayPal you. Like,
so we have one exclusive for NYCC, and we have one exclusive for Emerald City Comic Con.
Nice.
So we got those going. It's a little tight on shipping, Smitty, but I'm getting there. I'm getting it done.
Awesome.
Oh, please. Shipping has gone is astronomical right now. I mean, but that's that's all of the supply chain because everything's backed up in every port. So everybody's going to air because they can't, what should take what traditionally so your Asia Pacific going into the West Coast traditionally would have been a 6 to 8 week. So, lead time is now 3 to 6 months.
Oh yeah, easily. And then it gets stuck at the port and it gets unloaded, and then I don't get it for 8 weeks after
when you get it cleared customs, then you can't get it out of the port because you've got a shortage of dray drivers. You have a shortage of warehouse space. Yep.
Yeah.
Especially in the LA Long Beach, but I mean all of the other ports, East Coast is, you see the ripple effect in all of the ports because all of them have delays now.
Well, with the pandemic resurgence in that Shanghai area,
yep,
all our factories got shut down for 4 weeks. So
right. So you've got supply backing up, getting ready to ship out. You've got stuff that's just sitting for what, 3 weeks now? Over
easily.
There? Yeah. At least. And yeah, I mean, so you've got, this is going to be, you're going to see another supply, so LA got down to, what did they have? They're down to under 40 ships docked in the bay, down from over 100.
Yeah.
But as soon as as soon as China, the 2 ports in China open up, you're going to get another supply chain tsunami hit, because you're going to have all of this volume come in. So you're going to see all of the ports back up again, because of that.
Yeah, it's not been fun, but at least we're getting there. We have some product now, so that's good. Well, what else do you guys have to ask me? What else you got to ask Ghoul? Whatever you want.
I got one. I know Smitty deals a lot in the custom toy area, and I know Funko does their DIYs. Is there a plan to do just a blank figure and let the custom design artist have at it? Because
hey Liz,
talking to Smitty and getting more exposed into that side of the collectible side of things, the more custom design, more custom artists. I think it would be kind of cool to see what a custom artist could do on just a blank figure.
So about a month and a half ago, Kickstradamus, he's the one who does a lot of the custom footwear for all the athletes. Yep. He reached out to us, DM'd us on Instagram, said, "Hey, I love your stuff. I've been doing a lot of Funko paints. Can I do some of your stuff?" And I know Brandy's been watching some of his feed, some of his broadcasts. So we sent him some. So we're trying to figure out something to do with him. But and on the flip side, we've seen people customize a lot of our stuff, which is fine. I mean, what people do with aftermarket is fine. But we are working on, there's 3 characters with Warner Brothers that we are working on where you get to color your own. Like it'll come with the tools to do so. It'll come with a set of pens, or we're trying to figure all that out now, that you can customize your own character.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
But
definitely a DIY would be good.
But see, and that's, if you guys wanted to do, you guys have gotten big enough, and as you've said, you've got guys that are customizing it. You could sponsor or do your own, basically reach out and do a custom show where you're asking artists to do that and submit them. And you could even do that for, I've just recently, Dave, who's in the chat, he did the charity auction.
Right.
You could have guys customize it and do a charity auction of the pieces. But, that's one way to get the extra exposure, both to the customizers, but also to a greater community. And it's for a good cause. That's just one idea, but it's...
Well, here's what I'm going to have do. I'm going to have Ghoul reach out to you directly and talk more about this idea.
Okay.
I think it's really interesting, and you know a lot about it. I'd like to get him talking to you about it.
Sure. Be happy to.
I like this. If you're hiring, we don't mind part-time gigs. We will gladly step in.
I have no problem offering what I can to you guys.
Oh no!
Yeah, I just sometimes it's
no
just
problem taking my money.
That's a niche I'm not super familiar with, so I'd love to learn just a little bit more about it from you, and Ghoul can partner with you on that and just kind of pick your brain a little bit.
Sure.
If there's any other guys, if you guys have questions in the chat, feel free, because I think this is one of those great, kind of like a Disney moment where you guys are getting to go backstage and see the inner workings of the stuff. And I personally love to do this sort of stuff because it's always cool to see the design process to the final product to what we have in hand. And I think that there's, a lot of people don't ever see that.
So here's a little look behind this. So I was looking through, I found all the original sketches when we first came up with Handmade by Robots. And so here is like, Bob, you have a Stay Puft, right?
I have the Slimer.
Okay, well, here's the original sketch. Uh-oh.
I need a Stay Puft. I need to get on eBay and get one.
So here's the original sketch.
That's cute.
You can see we had a Venkman too. I think it was Venkman. I don't know who that was. And
then Borderlands too with Claptrap.
They had an alien.
So these, I want to definitely pick up Fox again because I want to do. We never executed these. I want to do this. We did do these two, and there's Mulder and Scully.
X-Files classic.
And this was some Borderlands stuff. We did do the Psycho Bandit. We did
and Destiny.
Yep, Destiny Ghost and yep. We didn't do those, but this was some of the original sketches we did to kind of do proof of concept. So I found those the other day, and I'm like, I should print that out.
If you did Destiny, you definitely would. That's extremely niche. I know that because I'm one of the few. I'm the only one in this group that plays it actively still and has been playing it since launch. And merch is always hard to come by.
Well, get this. So at my other company that I owned, that is what got me started thinking about we need to do a collectible that is collectible. Like you want to get every one because we were the ones that did all those ghosts. The generalists, there was like 12 of them that we did. Yep. And there was such a mad scramble to collect all those. That's what got us thinking, you know what, why are we reinventing the wheel every time we make a product? Why can't we do something that is super cool, has a theme, and, we can do multiple generations of it. So that's kind of that with the Destiny Ghost series is what got us thinking about doing Handmade by Robots.
God, if you guys did the ghost, like a Sagira ghost would look awesome because I love the design for that, and especially now that there's where they're at and where they're looking to go with Beyond Light and how the company has definitely evolved as a person who's gotten all the characters and had them all phone code. And then as 3.0 bought the license and now they're releasing the figures and now you're like McFarlane did it and it kind of went south because nobody really bought them. But now I would definitely, as a fan, love to see more of the ghosts done, done in your style, because I think that they just look like just seeing that looked awesome. Like having Cade's ghost and having him with the chicken, like there's so much in my head.
We presented this back to them in the day and they said no. So I could hit them over the head with it later.
Oh, you should, because they just released a plushie. Bungie just released a plushie of the baby, of one of the baby aliens that's now wildly popular. And I'm like, if you guys had that as a license and made that, people would have we would have clamored to have that in hand because it's like the plushie's like $40. You guys make it more affordable. We can get the little plushie alien and we'd be like, oh crap, we got it. Yay.
All right. So you're my Destiny guy. Noted.
Oh yeah. I'm my brother and I've been playing it for years. I was wondering because I was looking, like my son, he's a Kirby fan.
Definitely
Brandy. I see. I have not bought one yet. But
oh no.
Now I can't help but I'm like, I mean, the 66 Batman classic Battlestar. I'm like, I can't. I'm not going to be able to not get them now.
You gotta get a CBS. We got to work with Paramount because Picard. I'm a Star Trek fan.
That's what started me on the whole thing. I am a Star Trek freak. Next Gen TOS is my jam. Oh my God, I've done so much. Hand me that the Star Trek Peachy, the yellow one. You guys remember Peachies, don't you?
What was it?
Peachies, the Peachy folders.
Yes.
You better, or I'm going to hang up. Literally. The yellow. You don't even know either. You're fired. The yellow.
You're fired.
You heard it here first.
Down the bottom. I'm looking for a new social media guy. He's fired.
Randy, step in.
So this is something.
Did you see that was even yellow?
It is something I did. I totally knocked off the Peachy. This is in my old company. And so that, you know how they have fight scenes. So the front was all famous fight scenes from TOS.
Yes.
You can see the Gorn. The Gorn was my LinkedIn photo for a long time until someone told me I should probably not have that as my photo. And then on the back is all fight scenes from Next Gen.
Oh, the bat lift with Worf. Nice.
So, but yeah, I've done all sorts. Hand me some more.
Oh, if you get that back, you have to do a Gorn.
Isolinear chip.
They gotta do the Gorn. See, you have to do I would say if you did the new Picard, you get Q, you get Picard, and you gotta do 7 of 9 because I think she looks awesome.
Yeah.
In the new Picard, she looks great.
The new Picard is really good. I'm totally digging it. The first episode, I was like, oh god. But now that they're back on Earth doing their thing, I'm loving it.
I am too. So I'm glad to meet another Star Trek fan. It's awesome.
But you got it. You got to do the.
Kid, so when I was what kind of, and I've showed this picture before on streams, is my sister and I. Well, we were into Dark Shadows.
Wow.
And Star Trek, the original series. So my mom, I don't even know. We got the Spock doll. So we got this little Spock, action figure. And no. And so my sister and I would take it, and I was like 8 at the time. We take the Polaroid camera and we'd set up all these scenes with Spock. So there's, we'd put down a black cloth, downstairs in the bathroom, and then turn out the lights. We put these little rocks from the garden and a little flower. We'd pose them with this, phaser sticking out. And then we take all these photos, and because we thought we were, the greatest toy photographers of all time, clearly. But I still have one of those Polaroids framed because that is how into Star Trek we were. We were just doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And yeah, but the original Star Trek is definitely my. In fact, I just sent Brandy 2 Kirk Handmade by Robots figures to have William Shatner sign.
Awesome.
At Motor City. So, and my sister's going to get one for Christmas. She's going to be very excited.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm just wowed. Just seeing a lot of this stuff. It's like I agree. I'm like Smitty. It's like hearing that you're going to get some of the classic stuff that we grew up with. That draws me more in to say yes.
Well,
and the fact that you're even talking about maybe even having something like Sesame Street, that's huge.
Very nice. Very nice.
I got these last year at Awesome Con in DC.
I love it. Very nice.
So
I love it.
Those.
What else you guys got for me? Because I got to go pick up my dog at some point.
Well, no.
Well, if you get the Star Trek license again, you've got to do the Gorn.
Oh, for sure, 100%. Gorn is on my, I don't know if you can see, it's back there on my board back there.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm impressed.
We're a little bit nuts, but we're having fun.
It's awesome. It's great.
We got 2 new customers here, so I'm happy.
Good. And Bob, I want to thank you for just being such a fan and a good guy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Always talking about us and posting about us. There's a lot of people in the chat doing the same thing, but you've been a lot of fun to hang around, virtually hang around.
It's definitely been fun.
Oh no, Mary, trust me. You get him at a con that you guys can go. He will be.
I'll go ham. I don't care.
Exactly.
I'll go ham, turkey, cheese. It don't matter.
You guys are definitely awesome, and I love seeing my friends light up. It's such a great feeling, very fulfilling to see my friends that I consider as family light up when they have people on here that are just that they're just a huge fan of, and then they bring that same enjoyment to us. The fact that you've shared with us a lot of cool things from behind the veil. Both of you guys just made me and Smitty definitely start drooling when it's oh wait, you want to hear our input? Okay, grab we want to grab a couple of these guys. Just hearing that just makes us happy.
I mean, and like I said, I mean, I we can talk. I'm more than like I said, I would be honored to help you guys out at NYCC if you need the help. Work in the booth. Because part of me is I actually really want to know how that con experience is for you guys with the traction that I've seen you guys make, especially
I think it's
this
going to
year.
be really interesting because ECCC wasn't very busy as far as people, right? But we had a really good show, and that was our first show. I mean, literally, it was like, and I hated it that we did this, but I bought some IKEA shelves, I ordered some tablecloths, and I did some banners. That was our big split. Hey, here we are, and it looked kind of shitty. I wasn't really happy with the presentation, so Michael's now working with our art team trying to figure out a booth that we can, travel with that looks way better. And then that I can also use components of at Toy Fair or industry shows. So I hope it looks a lot better. But yeah, we'd love to have you. Where do you live, Smitty?
I'm in South Jersey. So,
okay.
I mean, NYCC is literally either a drive or a train ride.
Is it at Javits too?
It's Javits. Okay, yep, it's still at the Javits.
Okay. Oh, I spent a lot of time at Javits at Toy Fair. So yeah, yeah, I'm excited for that one because I think it's gonna be a crazy time considering what's happened since ECCC and what people are back from the pandemic and we'll have an exclusive and all that stuff. So
plus just the growth from now until then, I feel like the way it's been the last few months, like it's like every week it's like we're growing faster and like getting more involved with people. So by the time we hit the end of the year, it's going to be crazy.
I've got Jazzy's going to come hang out in our booth. I don't know if you guys know her.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then we've got Kickstradamus is talking about doing a live paint from our booth. Which will be really cool. Yeah. So if we have room, I'm not sure how the booth is going to look. If you guys would ever tell me, that'd be great.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's going to be really cool though, because we're working really hard on it.
But yeah, no, it's I can't wait to get out there and interact with people again.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely the pandemic definitely has kind of crippled in some ways the community as far as like the con experience. And I think that with the resurgence of like NYCC and everything else, next year is going to look way better. And like I said, you guys come to Charlotte, you guys come to Atlanta, you definitely got.
Yep.
Me and Bob will gladly help out.
Bob's already got his T-shirt on. He's ready.
Well, I'm ready.
Brandy noticed.
Take it off.
Brandy noticed Lilo in the background. So this is a Lilo prototype that we haven't executed yet.
That is awesome.
I'm glad my wife's not looking at this.
But we haven't made her yet. This is the only one. This is it. That's all she wrote.
Oh, like I said, my wife's she's a huge fan. When I first met her, she is Lilo and Stitch. Is her Disney of choice.
Yeah.
That and I would assume Belle from Beauty and the Beast because she likes to read a lot.
Very, very nice, very nice. Is there anything else we got to show there, kid? Grab.
Yeah, that's one that I'm looking forward to doing in November on my trip to Disney by myself is taking. I'm gonna pull a Big Dog Dave and I'm gonna bring a couple of figures with me and do some photography in the parks.
Yeah, that would be cool to have that little Lilo like for my trip in December to take into the Polynesian while we eat breakfast and just be like click, just like because that's what I was having the same thought. Like a friend of mine, Art G, we had him on the show a couple weeks ago. He actually did that with Miles Morales. So he took him around like different areas, and he's like, it was a little awkward to film, but he's like, click. He had him like on Star Wars at Galaxy's Edge. He's had him at at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
So that'd be definitely cool to do.
It's all about fun. I mean, and then I'm doing by myself, so I don't care, but I won't be holding people up. So I'm gonna do grab a couple of sodas, grab a couple of the Handmade by Robots, and just go to town in Disney for a week.
Or that Universal, and I was taking pictures, and I actually had some people come up, and they were like, "Can we take pictures of those too?" And I had no idea what they were. They're like, "These are just really adorable. I love these." So I took a picture of like the guy and his family taking pictures of the figures. It was pretty funny.
Nice.
Yeah, if Lilo's not out, I mean, I'm not going to be going till Christmas of this year. So if Lilo's not out by then, if you guys could like, if you have another prototype, I'd love to take pictures at because we're going to go, I think we're having breakfast, I think the Tuesday or Wednesday that we're there at the Polynesian, because I would love to get pictures there. And I'm going to have like I said, I'm going to bring a couple figures doing the same thing.
You can buy
I'm a big kid
on the website.
Yeah, no, that I'm not gonna tell you because the wife's in here. I'm gonna order that for her birthday. See,
Happy birthday.
she can't hear you. But yeah, that definitely I'm gonna definitely have to order that. So yes. Oh, yeah,
Smitty, you got anything else?
No,
I got something actually. Since you guys said you don't have any of the figures yet, we actually have a giveaway we just launched today. If you want to go enter, you can win a Ghostface figure.
Oh. Oh, wait, so
on
you guys
Instagram right
are hearing that? There's a giveaway they just launched. That I'm assuming on your IG, right?
Yep. Yeah, it was our last post.
It's in conjunction with Mad About Horror, which is a UK retailer that just got all of our Ghostface stuff in.
Cool.
Very cool.
Definitely check that out.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I own all the Ghostface. So I'm not gonna be greedy, but you know,
well, feel free to share to your
I'll
story.
definitely show them some love.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say thank you guys. I mean, this has been such an awesome experience. I mean, you guys are both very awesome. I would love to have you guys back on the show. You know, just so I could hear your other con experiences, and you're always going to be welcome back. I mean,
maybe after we do Emerald City, we can stop in and give you guys a update, show you some pictures.
Oh,
that would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Definitely.
That'd be awesome. So,
that would be great.
I mean, I like I said, I know where we could find you, and I know a lot of people in here have found you on IG, but we can find you. I know we can find you on Instagram. Is there any other social media spot that we can find you guys at?
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram. We're on Facebook, Handmade By Robots. We are on Twitter, Handmade By Robots, same as our Instagram. We have a YouTube channel. Haven't done anything with it yet. We have some stuff in the works. It's very busy over here with the small team we have. So, but we are on YouTube. I'm sure you can find us at some point. It's just, I mean, you'll see our logo with the little robot head. And then that's it for now. More stuff coming in the future. And then actually, if you go to our Instagram, right in the profile, we have a link tree with all of our links in it. Find it all there. We have a little Discord going, stuff like that. So.
Ah, nice. Discord.
Nice.
I've just started dipping my toe into the Discord community myself, and I'm loving it. I find it is a great way to communicate, and it is definitely growing for me. Noticing it. So
yeah, same with us. It's I feel like a lot of people that have joined are pretty new to it, but you know, as things pick up, we'll be doing some more like, you know, exclusive giveaways in certain social media outlets. So like one for Twitter, one for Instagram, one for Discord.
Nice.
So again, guys, check out their IG, check them out, follow them on whatever socials you guys follow them on, and definitely check out that giveaway that they're going to be doing for it's going to be an exclusive Ghostface.
No, we're just giving away a
regular Ghostface.
Yep.
And if you guys haven't picked up
more in the works for later this month, so definitely follow.
Yeah.
So definitely follow them, check them out. Look, Bob's already freaking out because it means he's got to get another Ghostface, which is good because they love taking his money, but they also love giving him a lot of cool stuff. And I love Mary has given him such great little tokens of love that we cannot hide, and that we've all laughed and been like, that is just an awesome touch. They're a great company.
On and like kiss your next invoice. Who knows? Now that I'm there.
Then also just a reminder that they will be live tomorrow night with Brandy over on her channel. It's what 7 o'clock?
7 Eastern. Yep.
7.
Yeah.
So definitely come watch and hang out tomorrow night. I know she's celebrating a bunch of milestones, so definitely I'll definitely be watching because that's what I do. But
I'll definitely try to make it. Yep.
Yeah, it's Geek Meets Eats, and that's gonna be her YouTube, Brandy's YouTube channel. So definitely check her out there. And folks, it has been awesome. I love these. These are my favorite types of toy chats to have, where we just chill, have a great old time, and we run long. And we run long.
Did we go over?
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry about it. When we go over and it's a good time, we don't care.
Okay.
So we had fun. That's the best part. It's organic. So from myself, Bob, Smitty, and Mary and Ghoul over at Handmade Robots, always my friends, stay geeky. Peace, y'all.
Thank you. Bye.